Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. This is my OPSF 50k race video, and I'm gonna recap it for you. I'm gonna jump in the video a couple times, like right here, and just kind of explain a few things that are going on during it, because this was kind of like, I'm just gonna come out and say it. This was a breakthrough race for me. I actually went into this race feeling really healthy, really strong, and decided right from the beginning that if the first couple miles went well, I was gonna actually try and race. Like, go out and try to run hard, stick with the leaders, and we did it. So I'm not gonna like give anything away right here at the beginning, but I will say that throughout the video, I'm going to jump in a couple times because I didn't do a really good job filming during the race. I mean, I was just like, a lot of it, I was just going so hard and trying to focus on mainly not falling because of how crazy the conditions were in this race. An really awesome viewer of the channel, Chris Smith, ran this race, and he reached out to me and asked if I wanted to use some of his footage in this video. Like, it required so much focus and concentration just to make sure I was staying upright. And I'm not even kidding about that. Like, you're gonna see how muddy this race was and how deep some of these holes were from these horse trails. It was just absolutely crazy. Like, there were so many parts where I was running through here and just had no idea if my foot was gonna go straight down or go down and 6 inches to the side, because there was many times that actually happened. So without delaying it any longer, let's get into the video. I'm gonna jump in a couple more times and kind of explain how things are going throughout the race to provide a little bit more context and hopefully tell a little bit of the story as we go. So let's go. OPSF 50k. It's going down. It's like 5:45 in the morning. I'm hoping to get out of here in just a couple minutes, but first I'm gonna put some moleskin and some tape on my feet. Just wanna put it over a spot that gets a little bit irritated. And I'm also gonna put some tape over it. Hopefully really hold that in place. Honestly, this is always kind of like the part that kind of takes the most time. It's just making sure that you dial in the foot situation. Exoskin socks, I like them a lot. But they're really hard to get on and off. If you have to switch socks during a race, good luck. But once they're on, they're amazing. All right, ready to go. Loading up the car now, and I'm gonna get out of here. Let's go. How far of a walk up is it? Not too far. Okay. All right, thanks. Just walking up to go check in, get my stuff. Hey, is this check-in?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
And you are
Ryan
Hey.
Clayton, C-L-A-Y.
We were just like talking about like who wasn't here, and I'm like, Ryan?
I didn't recognize. Ryan, have you always been that tall?
I think so, yeah.
Nice
Awesome.
muddy and thorny out there.
Muddy and thorny.
Muddy and thorny.
Nice. So drop bags?
Yep, drop bags is on the car next to there.
Okay. Sounds good, thanks.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Got my bib. 13. All right, so I had to park a lot farther back than I expected, so I had to run a little bit just to go get my bib. All right, I need to go. And I need to find a permanent marker, get my name on my drop bag. All right, we're lining up now. Woo. Ready for this? Yeah.
That's 3 seconds. All right, runners, in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Good luck, guys. Here we go. Yep, don't be messy.
Got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Ooh, baby, it's muddy. One mile in. Feeling good. Feels good to run. Kind of running with the leaders right now. Might be a mistake, but we'll see. Help me. Two miles in. All right, coming up on the first aid station. I'm like almost 3 miles into this. Here we go. Feeling good. Feeling like I'm working, but that's good. All right, so at this point in the race, I had just passed the first aid station, and things are going really well. I'm in third place in the race, and I'm feeling like worn out, but I'm also like feeling that like I'm working hard, like it's a race. I had tapered into this, and things were going surprisingly well. And I've never had a situation like this in an ultra marathon where I was running with the front pack for this long. Like in my triathlon days, I was able to actually race and feel like I was, you know, like in that front pack and like hunting for maybe not a win, but maybe like top 10 or something, but never in an ultra. Like I've always taken my time. I've always started either in the back of the pack or middle, just because I know that like these races are so long, and the big thing that you want to do is just get through it. But my training in 2020 and then leading into 2021, I feel like it really put me in a good place to be able to say, okay, I'm going to go out with the leaders and stick with them for as long as I can. And I didn't know if that was going to be 2 miles or 20 or 25 or the whole race. So like I said, I'm just going to jump in a couple quick times and provide a little bit of context here as we go through this race. So let's get back to it.
This has been so muddy. Oh my God. I haven't fallen yet. It's good. This part right here is really dry, so I'm able to actually run a little bit. But yeah. Oh man. Just made it through the second aid station. Got a 5.5 mile. Cruising downhill. Seven miles in, an hour and 7 minutes. This mud is really tough though. Really putting a strain on my Achilles. My left foot, just having to pull my shoes out of the mud so many times. But I think I'm in second place right now, which is really weird. Probably won't last long, but I'm also running alone right now, which makes it really hard to navigate. Having to pay a lot more attention for little flags like this. Whew. Steep hill. Oh yeah. About 10 miles in. Hour and 37 minutes. This mud is insane. I'm at a dry part right now. It's hard to even try to film through the mud because it's just so bad. All right, I'm at just about mile 14. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Still in third place. But 4th, 5th, and 6th are pretty close behind. So it's so muddy. Like having to do so much extra work just to stay upright. It's ridiculous.
All right, so like I was just saying, still in third place, still like really running hard, and been running hard for about 2.5 hours, 14 miles in, and like really feeling like I'm right there in the mix and feeling like, you know, maybe I can actually do this. Maybe I can actually pull off something surprising that I've never done before. But the whole time these trails are just in like absolutely awful condition because they're horse trails for the most part. So then to talk about the race dynamics a little bit, 4th, 5th, and 6th place were still right behind me. Every time I got to the top of a hill, I was still running up most of the hills. Like barely doing any hiking still at this point. Like, I had really been doing a really great job running up every single hill. But even if you're running, you're kind of slowing down just a little bit on the hills. And by the time I would get to the top of one, I could see that pack of 3 guys like right behind me, like down at the base of the hill. So it was like constant race mode the whole time, and it was honestly super fun. Like, I had just so much adrenaline going throughout this whole first couple hours. But it's not just going to be all fun and games and racing and having a great time. It's starting to heat up. The mud is starting to get to me. Let's get back to it.
Just hit 20 miles, 3 hours and 30 minutes. 3,100 feet of elevation gain so far. I'm hurting really bad. But I'm on my way. I've done pretty much the first 2 lollipops, and I'm headed back to start finish, and then after that start the final small loop. So I've got a little under 10 miles, I think, to go. Oh my gosh.
It was 4 and 5 when you just saw.
Okay, thanks.
You are right there.
Thank you.
Stay to the outside, 8 stations ready.
Okay. So I guess I'm like 6th place, right?
Keep on going.
Thanks.
Back for the toilet. Can you grab your mask up, Ryan?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, I know.
Oh, it's okay. Just trying to stay upright. So we just have a short loop left, right?
Yes.
All right. And I'm dying. 22 miles. I think I have like 6 miles left. I'm dying. I really need to pay attention for this shortcut loop sign, because I'm doing a really short loop here. And then back to the finish. I just left the last aid station. I'm at 27.5 miles for 5 hours and 14 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film much more. I think I'm in 7th place overall. There's a guy. There's a couple people right behind me. Oh my gosh, we're here at the end. This is it.
Booth number? 13. That's where.
There you go. Good job, Ryan.
Thanks. Thank you.
Well, hot on this year.
Yeah. See, I stopped my watch.
That's important.
Ah.
That's rough when you're in a situation.
29.46 miles.
Yeah?
5 hours and 43 minutes. This is oh good. I'm dying. All right, I'm feeling much better now. It's been like almost 30 minutes since I finished. Like, my heart rate's come down. I've been drinking a bunch of Coke. This is like my 2nd bottle of Coke. It's a little caffeine, replacing some sugars. and then some potato chips. I also have some trail mix, but that does not sound good right now. So I finished the 50K in 5 hours and 43 minutes, which is really good. I was hoping for somewhere around 6 hours. Just the amount of mud that was on this course, just how difficult these trails were because of that. It's just, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with that finish time. And I think I was like 6th or 7th place overall. They don't know yet though. Like, they need to confirm that somebody, I think, crossed one of the timing mats at one of the aid stations. So, yeah. I'm beat. I'm destroyed. Check out these shoes though. I think I'm just gonna change shirts, put some pants on over the shorts I have on right now. Thought I was gonna have to cut these. Jeez. Can't even find the laces. The better option might be to cut all this stuff off. And just throw it away. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, so that's it. That's where I stopped filming. The drive home was really tough. I was super dehydrated. I drank over 100 ounces of fluids, a couple bottles of Gatorade, like 6 cans of LaCroix, and stopped at a gas station and got even more, just a couple bottles of water on top of that, and was trying to eat, but honestly wasn't really hungry. My body was in such rough shape that I just didn't want to eat anything. But yeah, at the end of the race, my watch said 29.5 miles, 5 hours and 43 minutes. And honestly, like, that's a really, really good time for me. But at the end of the day, like, what was more impressive to me was that I was actually able to go there and feel like I was racing the whole time, and then actually, you know, finish 6th place at a pretty competitive ultra here in Indiana, supposedly the hardest one. So that's really cool, really, really encouraging. And it was honestly a blast. Like, since my triathlon days, I haven't had a day where I felt like I was going out and just like putting it on the line, running with the leaders, and just like really having that adrenaline going like the whole time. But then unfortunately about 2 days after the race, I did come down with a cold. Probably had to do with the race and how hard I pushed my body, and just the recovery afterwards. Probably, you know, maybe I could have done a little bit better. Maybe I could have slept more. But I had a horrible headache that night from the dehydration, and so I just couldn't sleep. And then it was kind of compounded by the next day I had to work all day. And so it was just like, I was just in a rough spot. But that's it for this video. Thank you again to Chris Smith for allowing me to use some of your footage. Thank you to all the staff and volunteers of the OPSF 50K. Also, thank you to everyone that came up to me and said hi at the race, because I actually saw a bunch of you there, and that was really cool. But all right, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'll see you again soon. Bye.